Really? Hey V3 family, today we have a 2 dumbbell full body workout for you. We're gonna drop set the blast by dropping a minute off every time, but let's get started with our warm-up. Today we begin with a movement called ground and pound. So we're gonna hip hinge, bend over, and you're gonna punch the ground as if you're punching an opponent that is down. You're gonna do 20 punches. I want you to go hard, but I don't want you to screw up and hit the ground. Be careful there. Then we're gonna lay it on out into a high plank position, and we're going into 10 shoulder taps. Just count to 10, but keep your hips from rotating and turning side to side. Then we're gonna drop our chest all the way to the ground, and we're going into 5 back extensions. So we're gonna pull those elbows to our back pockets and lift the legs up as high as you can. We're gonna do this for 3 minutes. You ready to go, abs? All right, let's do it, guys. We're starting with the ground and pound in 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. So when we ground and pound, we wanna chop at the hips, make sure you have a nice neutral spine, and we're punching first 2 knuckles towards the ground. Make sure you keep nice, steady breathing as you're working this movement. Then we lay it right on out, guys, into those shoulder taps. Now let's say that the high plank position is a challenge for you or too challenging, then we're gonna drop to the knees, take the knees out wide, tap the shoulders, and try to keep our body from moving. But the key here is not to sag the back. We want to tighten up the core, so pull that belly button in, real tight, and squeeze. And then when we drop down to that back extension, get those legs up off the ground and squeeze. Try not to rush the back extension. And every time you bring those elbows to the back pockets, I want you to really exhale, really breathe out here. All right, guys, we are 60 seconds in. We've got 2 more minutes of our warm-up. Get back to that ground and pound. Again, continue to breathe. Then walk it on out to that high plank position and tap. You can take your feet wide. What we don't want is the rotation of the hips and losing our core stability and keeping it tight. We want to keep it engaged. When I'm down here, I always pretend somebody could come by, punch me or kick me in the stomach, and I'm bracing because I'm ready for that movement. Because who's not ready to get hit in the stomach? All right, we go into those back extensions. All right, guys, we have 75 seconds left of the warm-up. Good, so continue, keep moving, get that heart rate up, get your body nice and loose and mobile. And in about 60 seconds, we're gonna go into the thread the needle stretch. So it's an active stretch that we're gonna perform 60 seconds on each side of the body. Remember, some people have the tendency to just drop and round their body. I want you to work on that good posture. So we drive the hips back, load up the hamstrings, nice tight body, staying tight as we throw down. Throwing down. All right, 40 seconds to go, guys. One thing that really helps me from doing too much rotation is squeezing my quads. If I can tighten up the quads and glutes, I'm gonna have a better foundation and not rotate back and forth as much. All right, 20 seconds remain, guys. Then we're gonna lift up and squeeze. Lift up and squeeze. All right, 10 seconds to go. Good, staying with it, guys. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now down in that thread the needle position. So we can take a frog pose here, and we're gonna take one shoulder, drop it down. About a 3-second hold, then reach up and open all the way up. Stay on the same side, continue those movements. Remember to keep your breathing, and every time you try to reach up a little higher and open up more, you want a nice deep exhale. You do not want to hold your breath. Good, guys. We've got about 20 seconds, then we'll switch to the other side. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it to the other side. Same thing, same movement here, guys. Reach through, try to get that shoulder to hit the ground. Then open up and breathe out. Good. So right now, performing that movement, we're trying to loosen up the shoulders, but we're also trying to work on our T-spine and get better thoracic extension here, especially with some of the movements. We're going to require a strong T-spine to keep our body from rounding. So let's really get this sucker mobile. We've got 20 seconds to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, folks, what do you need? Same thing you always need. You need a water bottle, you need a towel, and I want you to make sure you have 2 dumbbells available for blast 1. Okay, everybody, we are ready for the very first blast. We're gonna begin with 2 movements. We're gonna go for 5 minutes, completing 5 reps of each movement. So your very first movement is the dumbbell clean. You're gonna pick 2 dumbbells, and I want you to watch this position from the front and from the side view. So we're gonna hip hinge down. Now she's gonna use power through her legs and through shrugging and snatch the weight up, cleaning it right up to her shoulders. So again, she's exploding. She's actually leaving the ground and then slamming down into a power position instead of just hammer curling. Now from a side view, she hip hinges, she's explosive, snatches that weight up. Now, a way that is not explosive, I want you to just show them, you're really just hammer curling. So from a hip hinge position, just curling up, a lot of people will do that. That's not a clean, that's a hammer curl. So I want you to use power from the legs and shoot that weight up and land strong in a power position. Then our next movement is the push-up. So you can keep your hands on the dumbbells if you like. You can put your hands on the floor. It depends on how it feels in your hands and your wrists. We can also drop to the knee or elevate the chest to scale it. But we're gonna perform these 2 movements for the next 5 minutes. You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it, guys. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So with that clean, sometimes it takes people a little bit of time and practice to get used to that explosive movement. You have to commit to being powerful and exploding up. So when I hip hinge to get this weight up, I'm going to shrug it up and then leave the ground and land in that power position. When I land, I want to make sure that I'm landing with my knees out instead of caving in. So again, snatch it up. Power position. You don't have to rush this, especially if this is a new movement for you. Up, side view. Again, snatch it up, and then that shrug position, we want to make sure we can extend at the hips and drive the hips forward and up. Then into those push-ups. Again, you can take your feet wide, keep your hands on the dumbbells. Breathing out on your way up. We can also drop to the knees. And if you don't have any options and you're new to the push-up, I've done it where I've used the wall. I keep my hands low and I make sure that when I reach the wall, my knuckles and nipples are in alignment instead of my hands up too high. All right, we got to get at it. Let's go. So make sure you're not landing too deep, because that would be a squat clean, and you'll be seeing that in a little bit. Good, now if at any point you start to feel that fatigue kick in, I want you to take a time out, recover, move for a little bit, and then get back to it, because this is a power movement. So if you lose your ability to create power, you're not gonna perform it correctly. You're gonna compensate, and then you risk the chance of hurting your lower back or possibly hurting your biceps tendon because you're trying to curl it instead of actually clean it. And remember, anytime you get down to pick up your weights, squat down, pick up your weights, then put yourself in a good position. How are we doing, abs? Good, and we are up. All right, guys, we are under the 2-minute mark now, so kind of continue to grind, but remember, resting is okay. Don't feel guilty if you rest. Feel guilty if you look at it and you say, nah, I don't want to do it. There you go. All right now. You go. Now, Abby could probably do plyo push-ups here. That would be a no. All right, 90 seconds to go, guys. Come on, let's own it. Good, hip hinge. Explosive movement. Use everything, use that mid and upper back. Use that hip extension. Shoulder shrug it up. All right, guys, get just a minute left. All right, good work. All right, 40 seconds to go, guys. Again, keep moving. Even if you're resting, continue to move. Open your body up. Good, make sure your hips feel good. Remember, keep those knees from caving in and try and drive that big toe into the ground at the top of that clean. All right, 20 seconds to go. And time, all right. Great work, Abby. All right, great work, everybody. This is the time to drink some water. Take about 60 to 90 seconds, and then we'll see you for blast number 2. Okay, guys, we're ready for blast number 2. Now, blast number 2 drops a minute off, so we're now working for 4 minutes, and our movements have changed. Now, the first movement, we've upgraded or evolved a little bit. So let's take a look at it. This is the dumbbell squat clean. So it's a lot like that power clean, but what we're gonna do here is squat with it. So when she hip hinge and snatches it up, she's getting under it in a squat position. So it's still the same hip hinge clean, and then we snatch it up and we get underneath it into a squat position. So I want you to get underneath it faster and then stand up. Then our second movement is the Renegade Row. Now this is a 5 by 5, meaning you're gonna go 1, 1, 2, 2 until you get to the number 5. Then you're right back up to the squat clean. 4 minutes, you ready to go? All right, here we go, guys. We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. So nothing has changed about this clean other than we're gonna catch it in a squat. So we still hip hinge, we still hip extend, we still shrug up at the top and then get underneath the dumbbells. And then stand up. Hit again, we get underneath it, snatch that weight up, and stand up. Now we're trying to keep good positioning with our feet, so pay attention to what's happening with your feet, and we're still keeping those knees out. One more. All right, then we take it in that Renegade Row. Now, a couple of options here. If the Renegade Row from a high plank position is gonna bother you, drop to the knees. What I really like is more of a frog position where we open up the hips, we keep the hips tucked, we row from this position. Remember, it's 1, 1, 2, 2, until you get to 5. And it may help when you finish the squat clean and the Renegade Row, maybe take 10 to 15 seconds, let your breathing calm down just a little bit, and then get right back into your movement. All right, guys, we have 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Remember, it's a power movement. So if you find yourself doing this, curling up, and then going into squat, you're not using any power. Let's use some power today, guys. 2 minutes to go. In that Renegade Row. Hardest part here is keeping the shoulders over the dumbbells and not having those hips turn on you. So really practice that. All right, and we are up. We've got 75 seconds to go, guys. Abby, remember, rest when you need to rest, girl. Don't let your body get to fatigue yet. Okay, don't do that. Make sure you can keep that good proper form and proper technique. We are now at that 60-second mark, guys. All right. Hip hinge. Smash that weight up. Let's get it up. There we go. All right, guys. 20 seconds remain. Let's try to finish strong here, guys. Let's take that time down. We've got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. All right, way to get it, ass. Great work, everybody. Water time, 69 seconds break, and then we go into our next blast. Okay, guys. We're completely ready for our next blast. This one's only 3 minutes long. You hopping now? That's great. The movement has changed just a little bit. We got 2 new movements, but we've progressed and upgraded this first movement. This is the dumbbell squat, clean, and press. So we're gonna make it super fluid and go right into a press from that squat, clean position. Abby's gonna demonstrate. We go into that hip hinge. We're gonna clean it up and get under it in the squat and then drive it up to the top. We're gonna hit 5 reps of the squat, clean, and press. And then we're gonna get rid of the dumbbells, drop down. We're going into plank ups. Now she's gonna do it with both arms same time. We're gonna do 5 reps here, and she's rocking to her tippy toes. I love saying tippy toes. Great work there. I'm gonna show you how to scale that. All right, guys, but this time we're going for 3 minutes. You ready to rock? Here we go, guys. We're going in 3, 2, 1, begin. Good. So, take those dumbbells. Same thing, guys. Make sure you clean hard. Snatch that weight up and get underneath it. And I'm using hips and shrugging. And then drive. Drive that weight up. Try to be super fluid and fast with it. Good. Up. Drive that weight up. Now, when you get to your plank up, if you're struggling to do both at the same time, which many do because it's a hard movement, it's hard on the triceps, what we can do is either walk 1 up every time you get to the high position. That counts as 1 rep. We can also drop to the knees and either do both hands from the knees or, again, walk it up, and every time you get to that high position, that counts as 1. So there are some scaling options for you. Now, if the pressing is becoming really challenging for you, here's what I'm gonna have you do. You're gonna take 1 dumbbell, okay, hold it in front of you. We're gonna perform that similar movement. We're gonna bring that weight up and get underneath it, clean it, press it. Again, hip hinge. We're gonna clean that weight up, get underneath it, and then drive it to the top if needed. All right, let's get it. Good, then hit those plank ups. And you're gonna rock forward. Good, now when you do those plank ups, spread those fingers out, use your entire grip on the ground. Guys, we're now under a minute, starting to get faster. We've got 45 seconds to go, guys. Here we go. All right, best you can do with this movement. Give it your all here, guys. Remember, hip hinge. Get ready to explode up. Hip extend and shrug. Get under, drive up. And again, drive those hips back. Get ready to hip extend and shrug. Snatch that weight up. And press. All right, guys, 15 seconds to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Great work. I only had to do one set of plank ups. It was amazing. Great job, guys. Get some water. 90 seconds, moving in to that next blast. Okay, folks, we are almost there. We are now at the 2-minute blast, and we upgrade that first movement just a bit, and then we incorporate the gorilla row. Let's take a look at the sprawl squat, clean, and press. Now, sprawl for many people is going to be like a half burpee. So Abby is going to first kick out in the plank position. When she hops up, she's putting herself in position to clean, squat underneath, and press up. That's 1 rep. She's going to knock out 5. Then we're going to go into the gorilla row. With the gorilla row, you're going to take your feet super wide. You're going to hip hinge with the neutral spine, and you're going to pull 1 at a time. It's a 5 by 5. So think 1, 1, 2, 2 until you get to 5. All right, ready to rock and roll? We are ready to rock and roll, guys. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Again, so we're kicking out and sprawling. So make sure your dumbbells are set in a good position where when you come up, you're already in a position to crush it. Kick out, get under. Now, when I come up from that sprawl, I even have a little bit of a swing with the dumbbells. That helps with momentum. You can see that swing. So it's almost like a swing clean. Now, if I were using 1 dumbbell, what would I do? So with the 1 dumbbell, I'm gonna kick out, both hands on the dumbbell, come up, same movement, get underneath, and drive. I'm gonna show that one more time. I'm gonna kick out, get underneath it, clean it up, and press overhead. Now, if I'm using 1 dumbbell with the gorilla row, I could just stay with one side, or I could go ballistic where I'm switching hands with a little bit of bounce in the air. Either one is fine if you're using 1 dumbbell. Good, make sure you exhale, guys, you gotta breathe. All right, under 30 seconds, guys. $15 to go. Hip hinge. Pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, you got 1 left, just 1. Get some water, let's get ready. All righty, guys, we did it, we made it, we're here, the final blast. It's only 60 seconds, guys. 1 minute, that's what you've got remaining. Now we're gonna upgrade that first movement, but I want you to listen carefully how we're gonna have to do this. This first movement is very complex, so it's gonna take a lot of time to complete. So our goal is to knock out 5 reps of our first movement as quickly as possible, and then we're gonna finish with the second movement. So the first one is a burpee squat clean and press. Ready, abs? So chest to the ground when you kick out, hop up into proper position, squat clean, and press at the top, knocking out 5. When you hit 5, we're going right into floor jacks. This is where the legs and arms spread out at the same time. This is hard. If you need to scale it, keep your arms in position and move into a plank jack. All right, girl, you ready to get it? Let's do it, folks. This is gonna be hard, but it's only 60 seconds. So we're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Let's get it, guys. Good, as quick as you can get them. Good, get them up, get underneath, drive. We got 40 seconds left. All right, 30 seconds remain. And up, once you hit 5, let's get it, guys. 20 seconds left. Plank jack time. Ten seconds. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work, guys. Hey, Jojo, how'd it go? I hope it went well for you guys. I know it was a hard workout. Just keep grinding, keep pressing.